Hi, it's Carolyn and Michelle,
aka LA Triathlete and Fuel My Run.
and we're going off course. Hi guys.
Hi, what's up, guys?
What's up?
Look at us. We're dressed. Oh my God,
IRL?
we're dressed in normal clothes.
I know, literally don't ever wear normal clothes. I will say that these shorts are very stretchy. They're from Viore, so they're like,
Wait, those are Viore?
yeah, girl. They're like fancy.
Sorry, I don't mean
it's
to
okay. Get in there.
It's so intimate. I'm like,
I
just
have
like
those safari pants, but they're like
they're so soft.
they're real, but they're not. You know, they're like fitness, but they're not.
What makes it not real?
The stretch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not real shorts.
I don't like wearing jeans, especially after a long run. Yeah.
No one has time for that.
I'm so comfortable.
At what
I got my
cost?
sweater on. It's a great day. It's so nice out.
It's so nice out. I hate my outfit again, but like it is what it is at this point.
These are look how big these sleeves are.
Look how cute this sweater is.
Oh yeah, I guess if you're listening on Spotify, guys, it has a bike on it. You'll see it.
Does this mean I need to figure out the video on Spotify now?
Probably.
Is that a threat?
We're working on it.
Yeah, we're gonna get the video on Spotify soon. It's on YouTube though.
A little technologically challenged.
No, it's a
She's
licensing
not.
thing.
Yeah, I am.
I made that up. It's a technological thing.
We'll get the cat on it.
But we'll both have a day in the life on YouTube because I
yeah.
copied Carolyn. She was doing one today.
Filming a day in the life. I'm not the best. My thing is I like wake up and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And then I forget.
You get the whole
Like,
oatmeal.
yeah, the whole oatmeal.
The whole preparation
And then I'm
of
like,
oatmeal.
guys, I'm running 20 miles. And then I get back, like last week, I was like, I'm going to do a day in the life.
Yeah.
And then I was like, podcast, run, podcast, like Super Bowl. I'm like, how fun. And then I didn't record anything.
And then you just black out and it's 8
I
p.m.
blacked out.
You're like, and that was my day.
And I was looking through the footage when I was editing another YouTube video. And I was like, God damn it. It was good footage.
You should just use it.
I accidentally deleted it. I deleted one of them. And I was like, wow. So I just gave up and deleted all of them. But then the one from today is going to be good. So yeah, if you're listening to the podcast and you're watching the YouTube video, there's going to be a lot.
There's a lot.
It's like Inception, a lot of content Inception going on.
There's honestly it's a lot.
That is a lot. I need to pull some clips.
Simplistically said.
You'll probably see I'll pull some clips for a reel too.
From this?
Yeah.
Let's
I meant to do that with last week's. I still need to do that, but I'll do
I
it.
know. At what cost?
At what cost?
Okay.
I need to.
So we just came back from brunch.
Came back from brunch. Agnes, Pasadena. We talked about it.
Was
in
that
one
the first episode?
It might have been the first of this.
Or my birthday
Second?
episode.
It was your birthday.
Because you're like, did you go to brunch? And I was like, no. Why do you think I went to brunch?
It was your birthday. What was that? Episode
You're like,
3?
how was brunch? I'm like, what brunch?
I kept thinking you were going
And
to
then
brunch.
you talked about Agnes, which was so good if you're ever in Pasadena.
It's so good. It is a little
fresh.
expensive.
Very expensive. Come with your full
it.
paycheck.
Get ready to spend.
Show your
money.
bring your 1099 and tax forms.
They're like, we need proof. And I accidentally made the reservation for. It's busy. It's like a busy place, and it's popular. And I made the reservation for noon. And then this girl, the hostess, was like, you don't have a reservation. And I'm like, bet.
She was really sassy.
She was a little sassy.
She's like, did you
She's like,
really
"Are you
make
sure?"
a reservation?
And I was like, why would I lie, bitch? And then I looked, and I somehow made it for next week. But she said I had to put a credit. That's how expensive it is. I had to put a credit card down.
Yeah, because they're going to be missing out on a couple hundred if you don't come.
I know. I need to remind me after to cancel.
Cancel it?
Yeah, I think I can cancel it. She's like, yeah, week in advance is fine.
Hey Siri, set an alarm for Carolyn to cancel her reservation in an hour. All right, so we have that going.
Reservation timer. Start.
Oh,
There we go.
but yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
it was really good.
Had a root beer.
Pretty full.
Haven't had a root beer in a while. Little soda pop after my long run.
Did I see you last weekend for the Super Bowl?
Yeah. 220-mile runs in a row. You're only seeing me when I'm really tired.
Yeah,
like-
you got put together though.
That was so I made the reservations for noon, which was
highly aggressive.
not even that early, but like I was like I could have just woken up a little
you
earlier.
worked out for 3 hours.
I
though.
did, but I was like, oh, if I get out the door by 8, I'll be home by 11. It's a 3-hour run,
Which is aggressive.
You forget about
Also,
stop signs,
You have
stop
to-
lights,
filling
a
up the
bottle,
water.
talking to people.
Talking
I got talking to strangers, and then I walked in the door at 11:15, and I was ready in like 30 minutes.
That's actually really
Really
impressive.
and we made it. So
And
for
you
our fake
blacked out how
reservation.
we were feeling. I feel like after long runs, sometimes you just kind of like, you black out the fact that you're so tired because you have plans after.
It's true.
And then you're like, I don't even like feel like I ran. And then you're kind of like limping a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's coming.
You get up from the chair and you're like, I'm gonna die. And then Jordan and we keep forgetting we bought tickets to. I forget who the guy is.
Oh,
he's like famous. It's a comedian.
What? Okay. Nick Kroll. Just
That would
kidding.
be
That's so
amazing.
random. That'd be so cool. Me too.
Should I ask Jordan? Who are we saying?
He has AirPods on, so
cut
she's
this out.
yelled.
Gianmarco Soresi.
Oh.
Saying Jordan and I are seeing John Marco Cerezi tonight.
I need to look up who that is.
He's really funny, and like we keep seeing his clips on. I think it was like YouTube Shorts because Jordan's a shorts guy.
My mom's a shorts
pants
girl.
guy and a shorts guy. We know Jordan has a lot of pants. So yeah, we're seeing him tonight, which is gonna be so fun. But at the same time, I'm like,
What time is
plans.
that?
She said doors open at 6:30. I think it's.
Oh, that's intimate.
Excuse me, sorry. I'm assuming it starts at 7. It's probably like 2 hours, but I'm still like, I won't be home till like 9:15. And
Tomorrow's
I'm
your
like,
off day from working out, though. And it's President's Day.
Which I do have work
So it doesn't matter.
tomorrow, so it doesn't matter. But Jordan doesn't, so I'll just like watch him sit on the couch and I'll be like, yeah, it's nice.
That's nice.
I'll just like turn around in the desk chair and just,
You're going to have so much fun.
I know, I'm excited. I'm just going to be
Is it like a
tired.
tea drink minimum or something?
I asked. We aren't sure. I hate that though sometimes. Well, okay, it's like you go to a comedy club, a lot of the LA comedy clubs, I don't know, maybe everywhere, but it's like a 2 drink minimum. So sometimes you get like really cheap tickets to a comedy show, and then you have to spend like $40
$50 with
literally,
tip.
yeah, with like drinks. The drinks are like $13, and then you'll be like, can I just get like a water bottle? And that's like,
and they scoff at you.
It's like $8, and you're like, okay, but then he thinks that there might not be a minimum, but like I don't mind a little glass of wine.
I mean, of course, if you're going to a comedy show, of course.
Jordan drinks less than me, and I barely drink, but he'll just have like a chalky milk.
What's a chalky milk?
Like a chocolate milk. He's like, no, he'll probably get a beer.
A Yahoo?
Yahoo. There is a comedy club that we go to in Burbank. We saw Bill Burr there.
That'd be fun.
It was like a secret thing. They were like, there's a surprise guest. Jordan gets text to it, and then he like bought his tickets, and he didn't tell me who it was.
Oh
like,
my
he knew,
God.
but it was so cool, and they have great food. So like our 2-item minimum, I'm just like housing a cheeseburger and like a chocolate cake. Like I'm not even getting a drink.
Cheeseburger and a chocolate cake. You're like 2 food minimum.
Yeah, I'm like food. I mean, if I'm gonna do anything, food there's good. Anyway, so that's the plan.
I love that. That's a good day. Okay, let's hear about your run.
day.
So you had a 20.
20 miles.
Was it hot when you started? Because you started at 8?
I started at 8, which is actually earlier than I usually start, which is crazy because it's like so late. It was 50. I like looked because usually when I start my ride on Saturday at 8, it's like 45. It's freezing, and it was 55.
45.
I know.
That's like perfect.
On a bike, that's really cold. For a run, I'm like that.
For a run, that's like, yeah.
But yeah, 55. I was like, damn, okay, that's like kind of warm. And then it definitely, like by the time I finished, it was like 70. Yeah. Not even that hot, but I had my vest on.
It feels hot.
I was.
How are you liking the vest, by the way?
I love the vest.
Did you chafe?
No, I actually put it in my, go to my YouTube channel. I did a favorites video and the vest was in it. I love it. It does not make me chafe at all.
It's already a favorite.
Crazy. How?
Well, you did, like, before you wore it, you said you put chafe all over
anti-chafe and just slathered it over my
entire thing.
It was like white.
Have you ever ran out of a chafe thing? Like
No.
fully? I lose it before I run out of it.
Somehow I haven't because I'm so like anal about it that I'm like, if I start to run low, I'm just like, let me stock up. And same with the chamois butter for the bike. Like if I start to run out, I'm like, I need
saddle sore who?
Exactly. So
yeah.
But yeah, good run. Got a little hot though, but I ran the exact same route. And this is something Michelle and I were talking about, and I don't know if this is a relatable experience, but do you ever run the same route and expect it to be longer? I'm gonna make a reel about this, I think. Don't steal that from me.
I kind of get that because it's like sometimes I'll run the same route, but I'll kind of run slightly the tangent different. And I'm like, this is gonna be so much longer.
It's a mile longer. Because like there's
and then you do the same out and back to like hit the number when you get back. Do you do that?
Not today. I could. I should have. I was like 4 minutes away from hitting 3 hours, and I was like, I'm done. But there's one part of the run where by Huntington Library, beautiful. It's like a gardens and like it's like a kind of it's like a big garden, and then there's museums and stuff. It's really cool.
Wholesome.
Very wholesome. And like I run over there, and then there's this big fucking hill. Hate it. And then I can either turn left or right. And so if I go right, I get like a little bit more. But today I was like worried about time, and I was like, I'm just gonna go left, and then I'll do like an out back when I get home. I didn't do it.
You probably added like 50 feet.
I did. So my run actually ran the same route last week.
900?
It was 0.06 miles longer this week. So jokes. But
you did a different route. So
same route.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was actually 0.06.
Yeah, it was 0.06 longer.
Okay.
So there you go, guys. You can run the same route and make it longer.
I don't trust Garmin. Just kidding.
No, I probably like went to a drinking fountain. Oh, I went to a bathroom.
There you go.
Guys, I never have to. Okay.
Do you have a good bathroom? Okay, this is actually a good thing.
I have a lot.
Because like on a route, it's so important to know your bathrooms.
This is true.
Whether it's a Starbucks or a hole in the wall.
So
Porta potty.
The first, probably like more than half of my run is kind of in like neighborhoods where there's not, but I go to South Pasadena and there's an Arco gas station, and I've had to pee there before rides because most of the rides are over there.
Arco's just induced pee, I think.
They do. You see them and you're like, God. But clean. Bathroom's always unlocked. And I thought I was running downhill, and I was like, I kind of have to poop. Never happens to me on runs. And I was like, I should probably stop at this Arco before I like go into the abyss of no bathrooms.
Yeah, we know it's clean.
And I went in, didn't have to.
Did you have to poop?
Where you're like, I
phantom
shit my
poop?
pants. Yeah. I'm like, I have to do this. And I went in there and.
Well, it's a fine line between an emergency and not a big deal.
And like nothing. Literally nothing. I was like,
literally nothing?
I was in there for like 10 seconds.
Did you try hard enough?
I did. Dude, I was like, I guess
it was just a gas bubble.
It was literally a gas bubble. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to shit. And then I didn't. And then I continued my run. Felt great.
Have you gone yet?
No. I went before.
Oh, before the run.
Yeah, before. I had like a giant, like greasy cheeseburger, which not the best thing to eat the night before. I mean, it's fine.
Oh, actually,
yeah, it's fries.
I feel like
sometimes
your body does well with the grease.
Yeah, I went before and I was like, but sometimes it's like,
it's still carb.
If I go out to eat, yeah, it's like if I go out to eat the night before and it's like greasier, and then I might have like trouble. But I was chilling.
Tank.
I'm a tank. She got the bowels of a tank. But I also run in the Rose Bowl, and there's like literally you can't swing a dead cat without hitting a bathroom.
Which is nice. And unless you need one, whenever you need one and you don't plan it, they're never around.
That is
or
true.
They're locked.
That was my fear at Arco, because I was like, I mean, I could just go in and get the key, but what if they're like, you need to buy something, and then I just be like,
buy something with your Apple Watch?
It could.
Or your Apple Watch. Hello.
Get my phone.
Give me Apple Watch.
My Apple Watch. Ew.
That's right. I could never get an Apple Watch because then I'd have to double up with my Garmin.
You have to wear both. We were talking about that yesterday.
I did that with a Fitbit like 10 years
Same.
ago. I would wear both.
Oh my God, shut up.
I'm sure I have photos. It was purple.
I remember one time, this is so embarrassing.
That's all right.
Damn, I'm such a millennial. So I think I had a Fitbit, as we all did.
What color?
Purple. Shut up.
No.
And then I got the Garmin that you used to have, the blue Forerunner, the big blue and black Forerunner. We all had it, right? All the triathletes.
Yeah.
So, but I was like, I wore both.
Me too.
On the same.
Wait, can we find a photo?
I have.
Wait, no.
photos.
I had the 920. I had the 920 XT.
That's what I had.
No. Oh, sorry. Not the before
big,
that.
big
I had
one.
like the old school one, like the red and the silver. People know it's like the Forerunner before that. That was like a tri-friendly, like big computer.
Yeah.
Like when I wore it, people were like, "When is that on your wrist? Is it necessary?"
Thank God Garmin worked that. I mean, this one still looks like a fitness watch, but it looks sleek and it's white and it's not like colorful and huge. It's kind of big.
The fact that we had the same thing going on.
That is so funny. And I remember one time,
because the Fitbit was really good for your heart rate.
it was, and
at the time,
the Garmin that I had, the same one, didn't have heart rate. Yeah, so I don't know, why did I even need to wear it all day? I just wanted people to know I was a triathlete, I guess. And then
you wore both at the same time all day long?
Both on different wrists. And then one time, I think I wore 3 watches because I had a cute watch too. And I went out to lunch with my friend.
You had a cute watch?
And I made her take a picture.
She knows the time, guys.
I
and
do.
You still look at your phone to see what time it is.
I literally made that. I tweeted that. I was about to say that. Like,
I ruined your joke.
Wait, and then my other joke was like, I'm wearing 3 watches and I still don't have time for these haters. Tweeted it.
You didn't wear 3 watches.
I think I did. I remember I was in a meeting at the EPA with like all these boomer men who were like PhD geniuses, and then one of them was like, "Are you wearing 3 watches?"
You're like, first of all, this is none of your business.
Yeah, I was like, "Sir, Fitbit gone."
Yeah, you have to like. Gone. At one point, you're just kind of like, "Which one am I gonna?" Well, Fitbit, that's where I got my exercise, like analytics addiction was with the Fitbit.
Yeah,
and that's why I don't wear my Garmin all the time because.
What did
bitch be looking at her stats constantly?
But like, yeah, Fitbit. I don't even remember what it did.
Fitbit had a chokehold on me.
I think me too. I don't even remember. God, that was so long ago.
Oh yeah, the sleep score and stuff.
It did do sleep. Okay, and then I guess for like running,
and it like woke you up. Yeah. It'd be like a slight pulsation, like z z z z z. And I was like, fuck.
What goes there? And then I think for like running, I just used. Oh my God, I had like a big shoulder.
Oh yeah,
yeah. 100%. And then I used track
my run, map my run.
So all my running is that what it's called?
Map my run, yeah.
Yeah, and
that's what I used.
Yeah, that's what I used. And then all my old running stats are in there, not on Garmin yet because I don't have a Garmin yet. So like I'm missing years of stats that were never in Strava. But this is funny that you brought this up. I was having this conversation. There's this guy I ride with. Yeah. Baca. Shout out to Baca. I don't know if
He's got a lot of shout outs.
He watches my YouTube channel. He's like, I was like, Bach, have you subscribed? Did I tell you this already? And
No.
he's like, I don't subscribe to anything. But he like every week he's like, great YouTube video.
Okay. Side note, I hate, no offense to you, but actually offense to you. I hate when people are like, I finally subscribed because I liked this thing you did.
he
It's like,
never
just subscribe for.
He's like a lurker.
I finally followed this because you did this one thing. It's like, so I have to work so hard for.
for
just
your
don't
approval.
Don't tell me.
He just doesn't follow. He doesn't like. He pretends like he has no social media, but we like all know he's like a lurker. But we love him.
A lurker.
But he has got money. You know, he's a wealthy man, and he likes watches. He's a watch collector. Jordan likes watches. So anyway, Baca, we're talking because I'm like, he's got the fanciest Garmin. It's like a $1,700 like aviator watch Garmin. Like it does everything.
It like connects to a satellite that like shoots down a helicopter.
He can fly an airplane now because he didn't go to pilot school, but
he's qualified.
He's qualified.
Yeah.
And I was like, Baca, what do you do? Because you've got all these. He actually sent me a picture of his watch collection yesterday, which was funny. But I'm like, you can't wear two watches, Baca. He just told me he only wears his Garmin to sleep and to work out, and then he switches to his fancy watches.
My man. He probably has like Rolexes.
He does, yeah.
And you can't wear a Garmin Rolex combo. Can you?
That'd be tough.
Can you imagine?
He's got like one.
We have to find someone. I'm sure we can find one person in LA with a Garmin Rolex combo.
Guaranteed.
Can you imagine Rolex comes out with a running watch?
Baca would die. He would have a heart attack.
You wouldn't be able to wear it.
He would
he'd be dead.
sell all his watches. He would sell his house. He would
a Garmin Rolex collab. Can you imagine?
Guys, Garmin. I've got contacts at Garmin. I'll talk to them.
Maybe they can give you one.
I think it'd be really cool.
They appreciate and value, I hear.
They do.
The Rolex, not the Garmin.
I mean, listen.
Some are collector's items, I feel.
Logo
what do you mean?
here.
Where?
We're watching golf. It's gone now.
We're loosely watching golf.
Jordan has
golf is on in the background.
But there was a Rolex logo.
Yeah, because it's
crazy.
golf.
We were just talking about it. Anyway, I do think it'd be nice like one day to have a really fancy watch, but I'm like, I could
like
never.
Like a Cartier situation.
Yeah,
when we're rich.
But then what do I do about my Garmin? I can't take it off.
Well, maybe you're going to turn into Baca.
Maybe I'll turn to Baca.
You've reached the level of wealth where you take off your Garmin.
That'd be amazing. You have to be a certain level of rich to take the Garmin off.
Well, maybe they can come up with a watch that's like, no, I mean.
They will.
They will. That just connects. Anyway.
Yeah, wow. I don't even know.
So you ran 20 today.
Yes.
I ran 16 yesterday.
Yes.
And I had just come off a flight because I came back from Hawaii.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like I'm just flying, not to sound like a jet setter, because I'm not.
She is.
But I just feel like all of my long runs are like after a flight. And so I'm just like hella lethargic.
Yeah, I can't run. I get like, I get like swollen. Like my feet get swollen after flying. Do you get swollen?
Sun disease?
From the sun.
Sorry. Carolyn just told me, she's like, do you ever get sun disease?
Sun poisoning.
Sorry. Even more intense.
I've had it twice.
Do you have sun poisoning? I'm like, you mean a sunburn?
No, it's different.
Sun poisoning.
Yeah.
You don't even have to go to the hospital.
No, guys.
I didn't get sun poisoning. I'm not
had...
even like sunburnt. I was good with the SPF.
Yeah, that's actually impressive. I was telling her like when I was in Africa for the honeymoon, we had like chairs with umbrellas, but if the sun just like kind of like went a little lower
sliver
and like touched me, I would literally catch on fire. And then we'd do like excursions where we weren't able to be in the shade. We'd be like in the ocean snorkeling, and I got like sun poisoning on my lips. So I got like wheels.
Sun poisoning.
It hurt so bad. Like lips get swollen. They were looking a little plump.
Honestly, I love a sunburned lip.
I know. I was
love
like,
it. I'm like,
that's poisoning.
Oh,
I don't know.
Like just like a little swollen?
No, it was like blistery and gross. But yeah, it was fun. Good times. Good times.
So no sun poisoning for me.
Yeah.
But just tired. I just feel like I kind of broke 16 and I did it in Long Beach when I got back and I broke it into chunks. Like the first 6 was like a warm up and I just felt like I was going so much faster than I was. You know?
I hate that happens to me a lot.
I had to like mentally be like, pick it up a little bit. I didn't have to, but I was like, I just want to like go a little bit faster. And then I like considered doing some marathon pace. But then I was like, at what cost?
At what cost?
At what cost? If you don't have it on your workout written, it's so hard to convince yourself to do speed when you're like in a run that sucks.
Yeah. No.
Like if you're feeling good, sure, throw in some speed. But if you're like not feeling that good.
No.
I also didn't bring enough fuel. I meant to bring 3 gels because I had timed it. It made sense. But I only took 2. Also, love an e-gel. Do you ever take those?
No.
Shout out to e-gel. It's like, there's a lot more carbs than like a honey stinger.
Oh,
or like,
how many?
God, like 26 grams?
That's a lot. Okay.
I just made that up. Maybe it's not that much, but it's like, I think it's like 160 calories. I forget. You can do the
need to
math
look
with
up
how many
mine.
carbs that is. But it's like enough to where I was like,
math.
damn. I may have said that completely wrong. And I also don't want to do the math. We did the math so wrong in the last episode. Did you notice that? I thought you said times 5.
Oh, yeah.
And then the answer was 60, but we're like 72. 72. If you
I still
caught
think
that.
it's 72.
Yeah.
People were listening like these dumb bitches. Like you're wrong, which yeah, I
Had a full on tangent.
Listen, I was in dumb math.
No, you weren't.
No, I was in the regular math. Not like AP math. No, I was in like regular, like the regular math.
Did you take
trajectory.
AP?
No. Oh yeah,
Seriously?
history.
Oh, okay, nerd.
Because I can remember things really well.
That's
just, like,
the only AP
memorize.
test I didn't pass.
Really?
Was history.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't take any other AP. I wasn't the smartest child.
I still don't believe that.
I was
in your
lazy,
head.
maybe. I don't know.
Or you just had to see. The thing is, if you had a
I didn't
sibling that
test
was
well.
smart, you
They
just
were. My brothers are like fucking the smartest. My
They're
younger brother was like in the special, like you got like what was it called? They like pull the really weird smart kids out, and then they have like their own thing. I forget what it was called at my school.
not.
It's like ATP.
I did it in like 6th grade.
It was like a test. It was like a special class.
It's
ATP.
It sounds like rope, like gate.
Oh, ours was called ATP. I
Oh.
think I don't know what that stands
Okay,
for.
ATP. Isn't that
what
like
it is?
energy?
Mom, can you weigh in?
Mom.
He was just like,
Hello?
well, like he was just very,
Anyway.
very smart. Anyway, but yeah, I just was like, yeah, you guys are smart. I'll kick back, relax,
AP
let you
history.
guys
AP
take care of this.
Even though I memorized too, but that stuff like in one ear, out the other. And now I care about history and I'm like super
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
But at that time, what cost?
The other thing is the younger brother, the same brother, he's now, well, okay, so he went to school to be a teacher. He has a master's in education, was going to be a history teacher, was a history teacher for 1 year at a school next to the school Jordan went to.
Oh, random.
And so Jordan is from Dayton, Ohio. He says he's from Cincinnati, but he's not. He's from Dayton. Okay. And the school is called Franklin, but his school called it Skanklin. Because it's like kind of like the trashy kids, I guess. I don't know.
Skanklin.
So Brian worked there as a history teacher. And the problem is like Brian is so into history, so into it. And like no one else cares as much as him. And so he's like, I hate it. So now he teaches French.
He teaches French?
At a
How have
fancy
you not
school.
told me that?
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Parlez-vous français?
He should teach French.
He teaches French?
You guys should talk.
I can't believe we haven't talked about this.
Now he's at like a really nice private, like rich school in Dayton called Chaminade Julian, I think. Oh, very fancy.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I was like, this guy cannot teach history. But anyway, if you ask him any question about history,
He'll go on
like
and
I'll
on and
text
on.
him and be like, Brian, blah, 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 and then he'll just like send, when you like text someone, it's so long, you have to open it in another.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's probably why I was good at history, because he just yapped.
That's hilarious.
Yapped,
I can't
yapped,
believe
yapped.
he teaches
Maybe it
French.
stuck. Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't tell you that.
how'd we get here?
I don't know. Wow.
Okay, so
I don't know.
we have a couple stories.
Yes, tell me.
When I was in Hawaii, so this scarred me.
I know, I haven't heard the story yet, guys.
We'll keep it brief. But so I was in Hawaii with my friend Kim. We went because her husband had like his business territories there, and she's like, "Hey, want to come to Hawaii? We have like a hotel, whatever. Flight was pretty cheap. I'm here for 3 weeks." I was like, "Yes,
I would have done the same thing.
I will go to Waikiki, Hawaii, with you guys." Shout out. And we kind of just chilled. I worked a little bit, hung out by the pool. So Kim goes, "Let's go in the water." And I'm like,
Ocean or pool?
"Ocean."
Okay.
Which is honestly could be both.
Could be either.
The pool's
Yeah.
like a kiddie pool. So yeah, let's go in the water. She's from SoCal. I'm from NorCal. I didn't grow up actually, I was in Salinas before Chico, so that's kind of near Monterey, but you don't really go in the ocean there like you do in SoCal. But SoCal's still cold. Hawaii's really warm. She's like, let's take a dip. I learned then and there, we had a very different definition of let's take a dip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's your definition of take a dip?
If someone just said, I love the water, so I don't know. It depends on who I'm with, but I guess taking a dip
Yeah, what's a
would be
dip?
like kind of like walk in, maybe pee while you're in there.
Yeah, walk in,
dunk,
pee,
and
dunk,
then maybe get back out.
and then get back out.
But like if I'm with like other
People.
like swimming people, then I'd be like,
The definition.
play mermaids.
Play mermaids.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. That's where her definition lied a little
Okay.
bit. My definition is like, do a little hezzy, be like kind of walking, like it's cold, back off.
Touch your little toe. Boop.
Back off.
Yeah.
Back off, go in, pee, dunk, get out.
Yeah.
Also, don't say you don't pee in the ocean.
Yeah,
we
shut
know
up,
you're
guys.
lying. So we went in. Also, I should probably put this disclaimer, but I don't think it's needed. I did take a little bit of an edible. But I just wanted to relax. I was like really stressed. I just wanted to like lay out, take a nap because I hadn't been sleeping. Very small though, just a few milligrams. And so we get in, we take a dunk, we hang. Kim is just like, she's a water aerobics queen.
Yeah.
Like this girl can tread water for 5 years.
Yeah.
If she needed to.
Water too. She just float. You don't float.
I'm really bad at floating.
Muscular.
No, I'm just like my legs. I don't know. But anyway, so we're out there. She goes far enough. I'm like, I know my limits. I know what I can do. You can still like stand, but
You're
I'm like I know what I can do. Yeah, literally.
You can still sit.
Doggy paddling back in. And I was stressed because like the current's kind of pulling me back out and I'm just like doggy paddling my life away, like using all my energy. I get back, kind of walk around for 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm going to take a picture of Kim. I think that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
So I go get my phone, come back.
She's going.
Nowhere to be found.
Oh my God.
Nowhere to be found.
Sharp. Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, she's probably like talking to people. So I kind of like walk back and forth. 10 minutes go by and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe she's fine. She can tread water.
Is this like the part of Waikiki where it's like the really busy beach?
Really busy.
And it like, yeah. So the shallow water goes out for
very far.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
But like she's like maybe getting near the surfers. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to go back. Like, I don't need to worry. At this time, the edibles peak.
Oh,
like
yeah.
peak edible feeling.
A lot of paranoia.
Yeah, exactly. And I took it to take a nap. So instead of having this calm relaxation experience, I'm like scared. And also we did not plan this. So I'm walking, I sit down, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'll give her 10 more minutes. Like,
Yeah.
she can't be out there for that much longer.
No.
So 30 minutes go by.
Oh my God.
I'm walking around. I'm like looking out and people are probably looking at me or I'm making that up because I'm just like looking. And then at this point, I'm like, Todd's going to be pissed if I just let her die on my watch.
That's a bad vacation.
So I go to the lifeguard tower and I'm like, hey guys, what's up? And they're like, what's going on? I'm like, I lost my friend, but I think it's okay. And they're just like, what do you mean you lost your friend?
Baywatch.
Yeah,
So they're like running in.
And these kids, like, they're all 20 years old. They're like, we got you. Zhink, binoculars up.
Oh.
They hand me binoculars. I can't use
They're
binoculars
kind of hard
right.
to use.
I'm
I
going like
learned
this.
on the safari though.
Oh, teach me.
You just gotta like, kind of like, I don't know.
My eyelashes get in the way. And I have
Yeah.
nubs. I have nubs.
And then sometimes you're like, it's just like this much of what you can, I don't know.
So I looked insane and I'm also like causing a scene now. And I gave them 5 descriptors. They're like, what's your skin color? I'm like, in between me and you, 'cause she's tan.
Yeah.
She's really tan.
Yeah.
They're like, what's her? I'm like 5'7", Caucasian, tan, 50s.
Like everyone there.
And then the guy within 15 seconds over there. She's
you
like
kidding me?
2 miles that way. Like she
She's just-
drifted off so far. And I'm just like, this bitch. And then 15 minutes, she's just like, da-da-da, waiting in the water, like riding the waves. I'm like, are you kidding me? 15 minutes later, she comes back and I'm like, Kim, we have a very different definition of let's take a dunk in the ocean.
Yeah.
The lifeguard had to find you. And she's like, Michelle, you're so paranoid. Also, before, so when we got really far to where I felt uncomfortable, she made a comment. It was like straight out of a movie. She goes, it's times like this where I wish I was a strong swimmer.
Oh my God.
And then when I was at the lifeguard tower, they go, is she a strong swimmer? I'm like, I don't know. Maybe she's medium because I don't think she's that strong because she says she's not, but she does water aerobics. So maybe.
Like this.
Anyway.
Damn.
That was scary.
That is scary. I would say she should have used a different verb. Like
A dunk in the water.
I would probably say like a swim.
Yeah, swim. So she went
Play in
full
water.
on like Ironman athlete.
Gone.
Swam 2.4. Right?
That is correct.
She probably did. I was like,
She got the course record.
she got the QOM.
She got the QOM.
Does that work for swimming?
Yeah. I've gotten, there's like segments. People put segments in the ocean, but like where people like commonly swim.
Can you get a QOM in a pool?
No. Because doesn't
You would be
track,
like the
your
Rose Bowl.
GPS.
Oh, okay,
I would be
okay.
the local legend for sure.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
edible question.
Yeah.
Do they? Okay. So I've done.
Do you
done the
like
weed.
marijuana?
No, I was
Okay.
gonna tell you
Because
I've tried. I've done the weed,
Got it.
as they call it, as the
Say
kids
no
call
more.
it.
Yeah.
I think I've done
As you're doing the weed.
as I'm doing the weed. I think I've done edibles like 3 to 4 times, and it's like, I mean, it's legal here, guys. Okay,
It's legal.
it's legal. You can just buy it, but like, I don't know. I think one time I did it.
You have to find
that's
your
not
flow.
true.
Okay.
Like a long time ago, I did it in Denver,
Yeah.
and
You probably took
it was,
way too much.
It was actually so much fun. It
Oh,
was
that's
Katie, best friend from Ohio. Shout out to Katie. I don't know if she listens. She's vegan. Another vegan.
She's the vegan.
That's her defining quality. But anyway, so we were in Denver, and I was like, let's do an edible, because we were living in Ohio at the time, and I was like, it's not legal there. And so we got a sucker, and the guy's like, okay, for a beginner, and I think it was like 10.
That's
milligrams.
a lot. I don't
know.
even take 10.
I know, and I had the best time of my life. I was laughing till I cried.
Oh, that's so fun.
And I was like, this is the best. I'm addicted. I wasn't. But then California, and I was like, I think I tried like 3 more times. And then every time I tried, it was just
a bad
like,
experience.
It was bad. I felt like I was like melting.
Oh, you probably, so there's 2 different
like,
strains,
you feel like
or
really
like different strains, you know?
Indica
indica's is like, exactly. I hate indica. Like I'm like, sometimes when I'm eating food, I'm like, I can't eat because I'm just like, I'm chewing so slow. I hate it.
Okay.
I can't do that.
Does it also make you tired the next morning? Is it like a hangover of tiredness?
Okay, some people, I don't get like any residual feeling the next day. Like I think if I did, it would turn me off to it. I think you just,
that's
so as someone who had really bad anxiety, or like, I have bad anxiety.
Yeah.
So like I found my dose now where it's like 3 to 7 milligrams depending on the day. And it like at the end of the night, it calms my anxiety. So I can like chill out.
Nice.
But you should try a hybrid.
So I think
Turning Carolyn into a stoner part 1.
She's peer pressure. Dare to resist drugs and violence.
Dare.
Also, can I tell you a funny story real quick?
Oh my God, please.
It's like relevant to triathlon too, kind of.
Oh my God, I love this.
I did. I think for a year it was
stoned out of your mind and Iron Man.
So I went to Wisconsin for the age group nationals. It was fun. It was so much fun. And it was
where in Wisconsin? Madison?
It was in Milwaukee, but I stayed in Madison.
Oh.
Because one of my good friends, Lauren, shout out to Lauren, lives in Madison. So I was like, can I stay with you? And I think
free lodging.
Was
I'm
I
just
living
kidding.
in California at the time? Oh yeah, I was living here. That's right. I was living in California. I flew out to Madison. My parents drove up from Ohio, and then it was so much fun. I stayed with her in Madison. She watched the race. It was just an Olympic distance, but it's still like
it was just an Olympic distance.
It was like 2.5 hours. So it's still like
your brain is so skewed.
And it's it's just hard because it's short. So you're like really hammering, whatever. And I did the race and it was hard, but it was great. And then we went back to Madison, and that night she's like, I have tickets to this comedy show, but it was at a,
full circle.
It was a CBD shop because weed wasn't legal there.
CBD shop.
And so she's like, her friend was in it or something. So we go. And first of all, the people that are performing are so high, and it's not funny because they're just like rambling and don't make any sense. And we're like, can we leave? Like, it was like awkward. Like someone went on way too long.
You have to be on their level or else it just doesn't
It was
work.
crazy. One of the guys was doing like an alphabet of different, I can't remember, something about a song. I don't know. Oh no, he was breaking down We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel, but it wasn't funny. And that song's already long. It was crazy. And then, but when we came in,
it makes me feel awkward.
It was so awkward. And it was like a small
also
audience.
Like The Office shout out.
What?
Remember that episode of The Office? Son started the fire.
Oh yeah,
Ryan started the fire. Okay.
I was like, what? Okay. And so, when we got there, they gave us little gift bags, and in the gift bags were these like edibles. But I was like, oh, it's not. It's probably just CBD.
It's CBD.
So I took it like before it started because I was like, I could relax, whatever. So I ate one.
And you didn't know it was THC?
Well, it wasn't.
Oh.
Well, we don't know because it wasn't legal.
It was meth.
But I was like, they wouldn't have this like. It was crystal meth. And we didn't know like that they would have. I don't know. It was a public show. I'm like, I don't think they'd just be giving out free weed. Anyway, so I ate it. There was 2 of them in there, I think. So I had one, and then I 30 minutes later, I was
hungry.
Well, I didn't feel anything, so I took another one. And we're sitting there, and also at the same time, there's like a thunder. Okay, I live in California at this point. There's no thunderstorms in California. I love thunderstorms so much. And I'm sitting there, and I'm watching this weather radar.
Carolyn fact.
I'm oh my God. I was like trying to be a storm chaser. I fucking love storms. I have this $10 weather app. I was watching it, and I was like getting anxious because this comedy show is going on way too long. And I'm like, we're going to miss the storm. There weren't windows in this room. And I was like,
such a weirdo.
Yeah, and at the same time, it's like hitting me. And I was like, I am so high right now.
What was hitting you?
The weed.
Was it THC?
We don't know. So hold on. Okay. It was meth. And so it was heroin. And we finished the show, thank God. And we go out and we're like going to go to dinner and meet some of her friends, and her boyfriend too was with us. And so we're we're trying to walk from there to dinner, but it started storming, and I was like, this is lit. And we were in a grocery store, and I was like, this is amazing. And then we walked to the restaurant and we sit down, and I think part of it was also the fact that I was so tired and probably depleted from the race.
Yeah, little out of it.
So, and then I took way too much of whatever this was. And so I'm sitting there Ketamine.
It's like literally CBD and you're such a weak one. Like, you're just like,
wouldn't that be so funny? And so we're sitting at this booth with her two other friends. I've never met them. I don't know who they are. I still don't know who they were. And we're sitting there and like we're all three of us had taken the edible and like me, Lauren, and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And we're all so high. We're sitting there and like these other two people are probably like, what's going on? And we're like, yeah. So like can't even talk. And then they were talking and I was just sitting there in the booth and I thought, like, I swore to fucking God they weren't speaking English. Has that ever happened to you?
Like, it just is like so
it didn't sound like English. Like, it literally sounded like they were speaking another.
Very high.
I was like, this is insane. And then we went back to Lauren's house eventually and I slept and she had like a spare room in her basement and it was really dark down there. I slept for like 14 hours. And then she texted her friend and we found out it was synthetic marijuana. So technically it was still, I guess, like THC.
Oh,
so
totally.
It wasn't just CBD. And apparently, I still don't know how many milligrams. I don't think they knew the dosage. They were just like giving people like.
What an insane thing to give to people at a comedy show.
It was crazy. And I was like,
synthetic marijuana.
There should have been a disclaimer, guys. And I was like.
What year was this?
I think it was 2021 or 2. Probably 2021, I think.
Oh my God.
The summer of 2021. And I mean, it wasn't a bad high. But I was just sitting there like. Maybe it was bad.
Marijuana.
I was like, she's not speaking English.
It's like fentanyl.
I was like staring at this girl's mouth.
That sounds awful.
And I was like, she sounded like an alien. It was crazy. I've never experienced anything like it.
No,
ever.
I get that.
And then ever since then, I'm like, maybe it's not for me. I'm good. That's my story, guys.
See, I really like it because at the end of the night, like when I don't like being high during the day because I feel really unproductive. But at night, I find like the perfect like hybrid and I get so creative. Like sometimes I just like, it'd be fun one day to like just take a little bit, like in the late afternoon and just create. Like, cause I come up with the most insane ideas. Damn. Some of them are probably not good, but then some of them are like in my head, really good. I text you sometimes. If it's like after 8 p.m. and I text you a random idea, it's probably induced by.
I love that.
Just kidding. But sometimes.
I think for me, if I have like a glass of wine.
Yeah, that actually helps me too.
Yeah, like in the evening, I'll be like, this is so funny.
Because you're just like loose or like a little bit like, you know, it's not like you're the level of drunk, but it's just kind of like. Yeah. You're just like, you're decompressing and then you're allowing your brain to be creative.
Exactly. Yeah. Cause I'm not like drunk. Exactly. Like a glass of wine, but I'm never like, but also I think things are way funnier. And I'm like, that is so funny. And then I'll look at it like the next day and I'm like, that really is not funny.
But it's like so good to feel just like loosey-goosey happy, you know?
No, I love a glass of red wine once a week. I'm crazy like that.
Such a boomer comment.
I know, right? It really is. I'm like, it's good for the heart.
That's so my dad. I'm like, Dad, you know, that's like not a thing, right? Anymore.
I know, right?
It's like, no, it's antioxidants, Michelle. I'm like, you realize you could just eat berries.
That's true.
No, Michelle, it's healthy. And I'm like,
I like to think it's healthy. My mom really likes white wine. She also likes red.
I think that's a mom thing. My mom's Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
It's like they probably like oaky. Yeah, I'm just like, good at what cost?
That's an office.
I can't do that.
He's like, this one's got a nice oaky
afterbirth.
Yes.
Yeah. We have realized that we're both office fiends and we could probably win an office trivia. So we're going to start.
I can probably quote the whole. I did go to office trivia once and we destroyed everyone. There'd be like the most obscure quote. It'd be like, in this episode, what color
shirt
was Pam wearing? And I'd be like,
pink.
Blue.
Yeah.
Ooh,
awkward.
Right. Awkward. We should find an office trivia.
That was right. We should and blog it. Blog it?
Ew.
Literally type it and put it on our blog. That's our first blog post on goingoffcourse.com.
Check it out. But yeah, wow.
What
were we talking?
It's gonna be fun to get high.
Weed. Yeah.
Weed. Which was induced. Yeah. So I wasn't being paranoid. I was being safe when I was in Hawaii. I also called a friend. I was like,
I think that's fair.
Is this dumb or is this realistic? And you know when you like, I just don't. Yeah. I was like, I called a friend. I pulled a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and instead of asking the audience because I didn't want to ask random people around me, I called a friend. Phoned a friend.
I think it's fair.
What was the other option? Oh, like take away 2 options.
Oh yeah. I think you would have felt really bad if she did drown and you hadn't phoned a friend. Honest,
I went through.
You did your due diligence.
How awkward that would be if she would have died.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in Hawaii
with her husband. And you were like, yeah, she went in the ocean. Now she's gone. And he'd be like, wow.
And then I have to fly all the way back with a dead friend, like knowing that I didn't save her. Like and also, like 30 minutes later, she could have died. So, like,
yeah,
you saved
her life.
You saved a life. I saved a life.
Wow. I was a lifeguard for like 10 years. I don't think I saved.
You were?
Yeah.
Did you ever jump in the ocean? Or sorry, pool. Ocean or pool? Did you ever like dive in with like a?
I did save one person.
You saved someone.
I saved a life.
You saved a life.
Okay, not really. So a lifeguard for I was 14 or 15 because you could be like a lifeguard when you were 14 or 15, but it was like,
What do you mean a lifeguard?
You could lifeguard like the 3-inch deep kiddie pool.
I feel like that's more dangerous.
Right? Because there's kids in there, but it was just chill. But then my third day of being a real lifeguard, actually, no. I think when you were 14 or 15, you could do that in the senior center pool because the senior center pool was shallow and there's just like old people just sitting there.
That sounds even worse.
I know. Because I'm like, that's where we
No offense to the seniors, but.
So my third or second, maybe it was my first day of lifeguarding. I'm like by myself and you're by yourself. There's no other lifeguards because it's such a small pool and you're like in this room in the senior center. It's like insanely hot. And there was a guy in the hot tub. He was a little bigger guy.
Okay.
And he was in the hot tub for like a long time. And he was like, I could see him I was like, I think this dude's like passing out.
Drifting off.
Yeah. And I was like, this doesn't look great. So I go over there and I press the emergency button, which like signals all of the first responders and like to come, like my bosses and like other
Did you talk to him first?
Well, no, maybe I went over and talked to him and I was like gently tapping. I'm like, sir. I'm like 15. I'm like, sir, like hoping he's just asleep. And he's like not responding. And so I had to press the emergency button and he was like 450, like he was 450 pounds. I was like, I can't. I was like,
what are you gonna do? Yeah,
like 5'10", lanky, like skeleton kid. I'm like, I couldn't get. I was like, what do I do? Pull this guy out? And so I'm just like standing there, and I put my like lifeguard thing under his like neck to keep his head above the water, and then other people had to.
That was your second day on the job,
literally, and then. That was when I was 15. I was a lifeguard.
You talked to your boss. You're like, is this going to be an everyday thing?
Yeah. I was like, this is scary. And then I was lifeguard until my senior year of college, and I never saved another person. I just let them drown.
I love that you saved that man. Yeah.
Never saved. They drowned. No, I'm just kidding. I just never had any other incidents. And I was like lifeguarding at some busy pools. So
that's crazy.
I know. So you've actually saved Kim's life. I didn't really save that guy though. I kind of just.
We both saved a life.
We both saved a life, guys.
Did we save a life today?
Who?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Maybe we did somehow inadvertently.
I think so.
Should we play our game?
Yes.
Okay. So I was thinking of some things and I was like,
we're a big fan of lists.
Yeah, we are. And this was not THC induced. This was pre-THC induced. And I was like, you know what? I was watching The Bachelor and they were playing Chubby Bunny. And I was like, you know what? That doesn't interest me.
I've never done it.
I just don't think it's funny. I don't think
it's not fun.
What if you choke?
You could choke.
What if you die?
I died.
I don't want to risk that.
I think my mom, it was like Chubby Bunny was really big when we were like 12.
Was it?
Remember that?
Like it wasn't in NorCal.
Oh, well, in Ohio, I guess people were doing it. And my mom, I remember this. Mom, back me up if you remember this. But I feel like I remember like a lot of kids were doing it. My mom's like, don't do it. It's so dangerous. You could choke like
Mom's not like Chubby Bunny.
Marshmallows. And then what if one goes down your throat? She was like warning me against
honestly,
the dangers.
My mom would do the same. Yeah, honestly, I get that. See, I'm on your mom's page. Also, your mom's gonna be like, don't hang out with Michelle. She's a druggy influence.
She's cool. She's cool. She knows how to hang. Okay, so with Chubby Bunny, I feel like that was really popular around the same time. Do you remember like Glozell? On YouTube.
What's that?
She would do like the cinnamon challenge. Remember Glozell?
Oh, the cinnamon challenge. I don't know who that is.
Oh, she was so funny. I'll pull her up.
What was the cinnamon? You
it was
had to
like
like
a
eat it?
spoonful of cinnamon, and all you have to do is like eat it. Like you literally just put it in your mouth and try to swallow it, and you like can't, and it would like come out your nose.
You know what I did? I
one?
did the saltine challenge.
The saltine challenge.
I can do it.
Shut the.
You can't?
You got a moist mouth. I've never actually tried.
I have a moist mouth.
Is it 6 in a minute?
It's like so easy. It was watch, I'm so cocky. We tried doing it. My mom was like, you shouldn't be eating food that fast. Like, why would you eat that for a challenge? So I'm like, it's 6 saltines, Mom.
I do love saltines.
Single-handedly.
In the house, though, unfortunately.
Oh,
I should get some. It's a good snack.
We should do that.
I love saltine.
A saltine is just like
fire.
They hit during training or like marathon training too.
They're salty.
I wonder if they have them in Canada. I'll follow it.
What's the brand? There's like a certain.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about the little ones, the 2-pack you have with the soup.
Oh,
but it's like the red, and
it has like buttery.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of those?
Yeah. Good. All right, guys.
With some cheese. Okay.
Maybe on the next. We'll do that on Instagram. We'll do the saltine.
I would love to.
We should do a reel of the saltine challenge. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
We're gonna be like it's been 15 years.
They're like
longer
it's
than
not
that.
trend. We'll get it to retrend.
We'll get it to retrend. So
honestly,
stay tuned.
Yeah, but no Chubby Bunny. So, anyways, that was first on my list. Things that don't interest me. Chubby Bunny.
So we were doing.
I don't think it's funny.
That's fair. Yeah, Michelle just wants to do a list of things that don't interest us.
Yeah, so that's my first. What's your next?
That's really good. Okay, so.
Or your first.
This one's like kind of lame, not funny, but mountain biking.
No, that's fair.
It's scary.
It's scary.
Don't peer. There's people in my comments that try to like bully me.
I mean, they try to bully me to do
the people I ride with.
ultras.
Like, you'd be so good at same thing. They'd be like, you should be so good at mountain biking. I'm like, what on God's green earth makes you think that I would be good at mountain biking? I'm not coordinated.
You know, I think you would be good at mountain biking.
Get out of here.
I'm joking. I don't know.
Shut up.
Yeah, why are these comments so offensive sometimes?
I know.
It's like, bro, I don't, where are you going to put your other bike?
That's the thing. I only have room for 2 bikes. Jordan would get very upset if there was a third. But mountain biking's just like, I tried it once, literally once, and I was like, I had to walk the whole time because I was so
scary.
Because they took me on a single track. If you know, you know. It's like,
you know.
It's scary. Trail running. It's just like rocks and stuff, and then I'll go on a trail run and see mountain bikers.
And you have to be confident.
You have to be confident, and you have to trust the bike. I don't trust the bike. On a road bike, you're scared of like a little pebble. You know what I mean? And like you're like, oh my god, rock, and it's just like a little. Because if you run over it, you might die.
Yeah. And you have to go fast because when you go slow, you're even more prone to like jink.
Wait, that reminds me. Wow, sorry, we were getting so off course today.
I love it.
But yesterday on my group ride that I do every Saturday, it was like kind of like bad vibes.
Borderline dangerous.
Yeah, it kind of always is. Group rides are kind of sketchy because you don't. Other people, like friends, if I'm riding with friends, I trust.
No, this
friends.
is interesting to hear this because it's like when you're running with people or when you're biking with. Take a drink anytime Michelle calls cycling biking.
You can say biking with people though. You just can't call them bikers.
So you can say, are you biking with them?
Yeah.
I still feel like biking as a verb doesn't work. Your cats are so cute right now, by the way.
They're snuggling.
All right, circling back. So it's very interesting because it makes sense if you're with people that you trust. It's like you trust their flow, but if you're with a big group of people you don't know, it's like it's dangerous, right?
Oh yeah, like. Yeah, have you and you try to like stay with people in the group that you know, like be behind a wheel of someone you trust because you're like, people are fucking dumb. And yesterday we were like, I was kind of near the back, and then there'd be like, just like randomly, like you'd see someone go from like the right side of the group, swerve all the way to like the left, and I'm like, what are you doing?
That's not the passing lane.
I know, it's just
right.
Like you can.
Is that right? Did I say that right?
Sure.
Okay,
That's good.
It's not the passing lane.
But like, and it rained really hard this week, so there's all these new potholes. So every time it rains, the potholes get bigger because it washes out all the rocks and stuff. And so everyone's like, oh, pothole, and they're like swerving, and I'm like, oh my god, just go over it. Like, it's better than running into someone. Anyway, it was chaotic, but there was a crash and someone hit a pothole or a lip or something, and they went over their handlebars. They're fine, I think, but I don't know who it was, and it happened behind me. I didn't even know what happened. And then I hit the pothole was already there. I knew about this. You memorized it. I got every pothole
but you went
in
through
the
it?
Pasadena, Arcadia, Altadena area. I've got them all memorized.
Yeah, send it to the government.
I should, but I hit this. It grew. Because I've hit it before, and I'm like, oh, it's just small. And then I saw it, and I was like,
it's coming.
Full, like 30 miles an hour. And I was like, oh my god! And I blew up my back tire.
So what happens when you blow up a tire? Do you just come to a halt? Does it go?
I was like on my rib. So sometimes it's like a slow flat, and you can kind of keep riding on it. Probably shouldn't. Mine was like how hard I hit that. It was flat immediately, and you don't want to be on those wheels are nice. You don't want to be on the rim.
Yeah.
So I like pulled over, and then this sweet man was like, do you want me to stop? And I was like, yes. I know. And
that's good.
I know. And then my friend Mark like got caught behind the crash. So he like, comes riding by like 5 minutes later, and he's like, do you want me to help? And I was like, listen, guys, I can change a flat tire.
You just want to make that known.
I know. Everyone's like, when I pulled up to the end, all my friends were making fun of me, like, oh, because you can't change a flat by yourself.
You don't owe anyone anything.
Listen, no one needs 2 men to try to get the tire off my rim. That is a tight tire.
How many men does it take to take off Carolyn's tower?
How many levers and men does it take? They were like
25.
They like could not get it off, and I was like, if I had to do this by myself, and my hands, I have weak hands.
Why do you have weak hands?
I don't know, but they were cold and weak, and I was like, I can. Anyway, that was my story. I am so sorry.
No, I love that. I don't know. You know, I hate that because you got back on, you're able to go. Someone had to give you a tube, right?
Yeah. So I had a tube in my saddlebag, as we do, and it's been in there I haven't flatted, and so I was thinking that I had a feeling yesterday too. I had the premonition. I was like, I'm gonna flat today.
Good word.
Yeah, it's like 50% of the time I have a premonition that I'm going to flatten, and I do. It's weird, but I haven't flatted, and I manifested a flat tire. I hadn't had one in months, so I was like, I think the tube was just old, but they like tried to fill it because you fill it a little bit with air before you put it in
with your mouth.
Yeah, you like blow a little in, so it's like easier to. And they're like, this isn't a good tube, and I was like, oh shit, because everyone else has tubeless.
Yeah, you're telling me that.
Which that bike has tubeless, so it just fills itself, which I should get it on both. But anyway, so then this guy, the sweet man, was like, I have one tube.
The sweet man.
So I have to buy him one.
How much are tubes? Let me guess.
Yeah.
$40.
Oh, wow, no.
Like $10.
Yeah.
$10?
Yeah.
For a tube?
Pretty cheap. Yeah. You can get like more expensive ones, but I get like the $10.
I mean, at what cost?
At what? $10.
Literally.
That's
yeah.
the cost. Sorry, now we can go back to firing them off.
Things that don't interest me. Going to a Renaissance fair.
I've been to one. It was strange. Can I tell you about it? I'm sorry. We're gonna fire these off.
I have questions for you. If someone's like, let's go to a Renaissance fair, I'll be like, I'm going to stay in the car.
Allison. So she's like my one non-runner cycling friend.
She's your Renaissance friend?
She's not even. She's like so hot and like cool. And she's like, do you want to go to
Are you saying that
fair?
Renaissance people aren't
that's
hot
me.
and cool?
We should cut that out.
We're not going to cut that out. Who cares?
She just doesn't strike me as a
Renaissance
I'm not
fair.
saying that. I have seen some hot girls on TikTok who are like dressed up for the Ren Fair, but she doesn't give
your algorithm.
She doesn't give Ren Fair vibes. She just gives like cool LA girl vibes, not Ren Fair. So she's like, you want to go? And I'm like kind of. I've never been. And so
did you dress up?
Yeah. I think
if you don't dress up, you're probably not going to fit in.
We got costumes from Amazon.
You love a costume.
So it was in Irwindale, which is like way the fuck east. Which I actually rode. That's near where I flatted yesterday. But anyway,
Irwindale, shut up.
We like paid. It was kind of expensive. It was really expensive. We like get in.
Do you get like a chalice though for free?
No, you get nothing. And then you go in there and there's nothing to do. It's just like, I mean, there's like a magic show that we watched. That was kind of cool.
I like magic.
It's just like booths. And like each booth, there's like food booths, drink booths. So
do
then
they
it's
talk
like you
with an
walk
accent?
in.
Like, welcome to the fair.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. But then you're just waiting
fair
in
lady.
lines to like buy food. And I'm like, so why did I pay $40 to go into a fair and stand in line?
You didn't even get a chalice.
I got a turkey leg.
I was going to
It took
say,
like 3
it's like
hours.
a guaranteed turkey leg, right?
The line was like 40 miles long, and I was like, well, this is what we're here for. It was mostly for the pictures.
Honestly, that's equivalent of Disneyland.
It wasn't worth it, guys. Don't go to the Ren Fair. But then I see these people on TikTok who, like, when it's Ren Fair time, they go every day.
No.
And they're like the queen of the Ren Fair. And, like, I guess if you have a posse there, it could be kind of fun. Not for me, though. I'm not that rich.
Rich to go to a Ren Fair?
Dude, it was
Why?
expensive.
You called it Ren Fair. I can't think of something I want to do less than go to a Renaissance fair.
I think I choked on my spit. I have cousins that go. I think that's why I call it the Ren Fair. I sound like I'm part of the.
I'm not judging the Ren Fair
I'm in
people.
the-
I just don't think that's my thing.
Maybe
take it
I
a
would
little
go
before.
back. Maybe.
Oh, no.
I don't think I'd go back.
I just-
you can go by yourself.
I don't like old timey stuff.
No, same.
Like even TV shows, I need it to be like current time.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I have to like get myself into it. I don't know.
No, I think
That's
you know
just
what?
me.
Again, having been to one personally,
cost?
I don't think it. If it was like $10, maybe I'd go.
Oh my god, I accidentally put on like the text to speak. And it started talking about
is so funny.
what you were saying. It says, non-runner cycling friend, not that they have seen some hot girls on TikTok who are dressed up for the Ret Fair. She doesn't like, what's your algorithm? Anyway.
My next one, things that don't interest me, are skydiving. Did I say that word? Skydiving and or bungee jumping.
Really?
I don't need to fall.
You don't need to fall?
No, I don't like it.
Your list is very safe right now, by the way.
Good.
Well, same with mine, kind of.
It's
Like
I get
safe
a little
meaning like you don't want to
controversial.
die.
Oh yeah, I don't want to die.
Not safe being like PC.
I'm scared of things. Like I'm very like
You don't want
like
to
on biking.
You don't want to like say you've been skydiving once.
No.
Even for the
I'm like
podcast?
very like set in my ways with that. I'm not like a thrill seeker or a risk taker.
You
Like I know the
do
things I don't want to do,
Ironmans.
but that's like I'm not gonna die. Actually, I don't know,
You
sometimes-
go
People
frickin'
crash
40
their
miles an
bikes,
hour on the
that's true.
freeway.
That's true. People crash their
It's safer to
People
go
crashed
skydiving,
yesterday.
I would imagine.
probably than riding a bike in a group. It's safer to skydive than ride Montrose, and you're probably right.
No, I feel like that is like correct. That's like it's
true.
safer to fly than drive.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I just don't like need to feel that falling. And then bungee. Okay, if I had to pick,
Okay.
I feel like skydiving would be safer than bungee jumping.
Bungee jumping scares
Like,
me a
what
lot
if
more
the
than
bungees just
skydiving.
break and
I
you don't have a parachute?
I can't trust that.
And then sometimes they like you do
At
it
what
over
cost?
water and your head.
Oh yeah, it's just and then all of a
dips
sudden
into the
like you're
water.
doing it on a bridge and then it's like you kind of get close to like the bridge
good.
like side. Like what if it just swings? What if the wind picks up?
I'm good, guys.
I could go without bungee jumping. I did like a mini bungee jump once in
kinda
Costa
fun.
Rica after the like zip lines.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
I don't know if I'd do a zip line either.
Which okay, this is kind of similar, but like the opposite direction. Deep sea diving or free diving? No interest.
I have a little bit of interest in free diving.
I know like two people who've died.
Maybe I don't.
That's,
do have
I think
my-
that's more dangerous than bungee jumping.
Probably. I do have my scuba certification though, so it's like
You
I don't
do?
need to free dive.
Where'd
I
you
can
get that?
Ohio. The land of no, because I went to Australia. So I got certified in Ohio. And
This is what Ohio people do.
I've only scubaed a few times, and it was all in Australia. But Jordan's not, so we didn't.
I don't think I have interest in that.
I loved it,
My sister's certified.
but we yeah, we didn't do it in Africa. And it was like the perfect place because there's so many coral reefs. We snorkeled a lot. Jordan likes snorkeling. He probably would do it.
I'd snorkel. I mean, I do snorkel.
Snorkeling though is like
sometimes.
I would like to go under. I like to get in there.
You like to get in the crevice?
I like to get
what
in
if
the
your
crevices.
oxygen runs out?
That could happen. People die. I know someone who I grew up in my neighborhood who died from scuba diving.
You're like, just in general died.
They died. Yes, I know someone who
Going
died.
off course. Okay, what's your next one?
Black licorice.
Oh God, no interest.
No interest.
My
I'm
dad
sorry.
loves it.
My
That's
grandpa
such a
loves
that's
it.
such a like
It's a man
dad
thing.
like grandpa thing.
Can't
No,
do it.
It can't do it.
So
Okay, well, boba.
what? Should I tell you what Jordan got me for Valentine's Day?
A boba
A
sweatshirt.
boba kit.
Oh, what do you mean a boba kit?
Like to make your own boba at home.
How do you make it?
It's like
It's
little
tapioca,
powder.
right?
Yeah, so there's like boba balls and like all these little packets, and then there's powder in the other packet, and you just like heat up some water, and then you put the packet in, and then
Make
you put
little
the boba.
balls?
You don't like boba?
No.
Wow.
I see. When I get boba, I get like a tea latte. I don't need the balls.
The balls are the part that freak you out because they're.
I just don't like
weird.
the taste.
Oh,
They don't freak me out. I can go without.
Okay.
It doesn't interest me.
fair. My next one is tomatoes. I hate tomatoes.
Can't relate.
I've
That's where we
tried.
end the podcast. Are you serious?
I've tried.
Do you
My
like
mom-
salsa?
Yeah. See,
I can't.
Okay.
I can't with people like,
Actually,
I don't like avocado, but I love guacamole. It's like, get out. I can't.
I don't know if I like salsa actually. Like I don't like chunky tomato salsa. Like I like.
You don't like a pico de gallo.
Yeah, I don't like that. Where it's like chunks of it. But I like ketchup and like people are like pasta sauce. I'm like, that doesn't taste like tomatoes to me.
What do you
But,
not like
a
about the
fresh tomato, they
tomatoes?
taste like, you know when a banana's too green?
Yeah.
That weird,
It's like chalky.
it's like chalky and that weird, it's just got a weird like flavor. Like
It does
a pungent
not taste
flavor.
similar to that at
That's
all.
what it tastes like to me.
Did you just have a bad tomato?
No, I've tried. My mom grows them in her garden or grew them in
That
her
sounds
garden.
so yummy.
And I'd be like, oh, every summer she'd be like, try my tomato.
I want to bite into aroma right now.
I never have them in
Why
the house.
aroma? Not
Nice
that one.
aroma.
I want like the big fat circle one.
Like if a recipe calls for tomatoes, no. I
the
don't
recipe
even buy
calls
them.
for tomatoes.
Don't
I
even
will
buy 'em.
double the recipe.
Wow,
I
he
couldn't
never even
disagree
eats them
with you
because of
more.
me. Like he likes them, and I'm like, well, that's too bad. No tomatoes in this
Oh
household.
my god, he's missing out on the beta carotene. Just kidding. I don't think that's in tomatoes. Maybe.
Probably.
Some I don't know. Riding a motorcycle. Oh my god, that was your next
I
one.
have motorcycles. That was my next one. Shut up.
I mean, oh my god.
Wow.
Once this like guy from college drove me home to my apartment, and I was like
Cute.
literally 2 blocks away. He's like, "Do you want to ride on my cycle?" Or else I would have to take the
He's a
the
biker.
bus. It was like a scooter, and I screamed the entire 2 blocks.
Yeah, fuck that.
I was like, ah! And he's like, we're going like 10 miles an hour. It was so embarrassing.
Everyone I know who rides motorcycle is dead. That's not true.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
anyone that rides motorcycle. I don't know. I probably know a few people.
It's
Scary. And then when we're riding our bikes in the mountain, like our actual bikes, and then the motorcycles, they come by. Well, there's like regular motorcycles those guys are nicer. Like the big regular motorcycles.
Like the Harleys?
Yeah, they're like nice. But there's these little, I think they're called crotch
I could go on a Harley.
It's like
Like a Maserati. No, wait. A Ducati.
yeah,
like the, like,
little-
sporty ones?
Yeah, and then they wear their little whole like
The whole outfit.
onesie, and they go so fast.
The leather onesie.
And then their bodies are found
Some,
off
like,
the
spikes.
They drive off the side of the two, so you'll be like riding on your bike, and then there'll be like hella like ambulances and like search and rescue because these idiots drive off the side because it's all windy. But they also don't give cyclists any space.
We're
like
too
they will
risk
pass
averse.
you so close. Like
They probably hate you for some reason
They
too.
do, and I'm like, your bike is literally like
You can move
3
over.
times the width of my bike. I'm like, you have the entire lane. Just scoot over. Why are you being a dick? I hate it.
I would go on a Harley. If you rode a Harley, I'd be in the little side thing.
That'd be
the
cute.
sidecar. That'd be a really good
I'd be
photo for the
less
podcast.
scared in a sidecar than just like holding onto the back. But I don't
Actually-
fuck with motorcycles. Would never.
Yeah, let's not. And say we did.
I also don't fuck with. Kind of related, not
Yeah.
on the list though. Bird scooters, electric. I don't ride those. Ever,
Oh, I
never
fuck
will.
with them.
Never have,
Dangerously.
never will.
Really?
Never have. Jordan like tried to take one once when we were somewhere, and I was like, "We're walking." Or I'll
They're
pay for an
so
Uber.
fun.
My cousin. I have a lot of cousins apparently. It's like the,
Different cousin.
his brother, the Ren Fair brother.
Did he die?
No, he just hit a curb really hard and then he landed on his teeth and he fucked up all his teeth. And I'm like,
That's true. I mean, I did fuck up my knee when I was in 6th grade on a scooter, but I apparently forgot, and now I bird all the time. And by all the time, I mean like maybe 2 years ago I did one time.
Yeah.
But like
All the time.
sometimes.
All the
Yeah.
time.
You find me birding. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your next?
Oh, this one's controversial. Chihuahuas. Hate them.
Okay, I
Sorry.
like Chihuahuas. Not a fan of small dogs.
I don't mind small dogs. It's just I don't think that they're cute. I'm so sorry.
No, I get it.
I love animals.
After
just
getting
think-
a dog, I like smaller dogs more, but I don't like a.
They're just
What's a
yappy and they're
cockapoo?
mean.
Is that a bird?
A cockapoo's something.
Like a
Poodle.
Pomeranian adjacent.
It's a cock and a poodle. Cocker spaniel and a poodle. We had a
Is
Maltese.
it really?
Yeah, I think so.
Cockadoodle? Wait,
Cockapoo.
a cockapoo.
Cocker spaniel.
I don't think I've ever seen a cockapoo, to be fair.
We had a Maltese growing up. You know, the crusty white dogs of the like the early 2000s.
The crusty white dogs?
Every like suburban family. And,
A Maltese?
Yeah.
My sister's
all had
roommate has a
Malteses.
Maltipoo. And so I wasn't a
kinda
fan until I hung out with the dog, and the dog's pretty spunky.
Yeah. Got a lot of.
See,
Lot
Chihuahuas
of pep.
have big dog energy.
They don't deserve it.
What was your experience?
Well, it's not even experience. I just don't think that visually they're very appealing.
They're very aesthetic. Like
They're not
they're
very
kind of fucked up. See, I think Chihuahuas. Come on,
Okay.
El Quiero Taco Bell.
My Aunt Karen, I don't know if Karen listens. She has had a lot of Chihuahuas in her day. I think she had like 3 at once, and they've.
You owe Aunt Karen an apology.
I know. I feel bad, but I did like her. Maybe that's the thing. I don't. Okay, I liked her Chihuahuas.
You're such a liar.
Maybe I am a liar, and maybe it's like I don't. I think maybe I didn't really know a Chihuahua very well personally, but I do like Karen, so maybe I don't hate them. But they're just so like.
Do you know any other small dogs personally, other than your one you grew up with?
Rip Sophie? She died this year. She was like 22. She might have already been dead. We
A
got her.
legend. She saw it all. She went through COVID.
So the joke. Okay.
Never thought she'd see that in her lifetime. A global pandemic.
She saw the TV get invented.
No,
and
that's
how
she
she
saw
was
it
alive.
all. Just technology.
We got her when I was like a freshman in high school, and she was just not. She was very cute, but she wasn't very like. No one really trained her, and so she'd like poop in the house, and then she like barked so much. And like we loved her. She was very cute, but like, oh my god,
part of
shut
the
up.
family, but
She's part of
like-
the family. And then my parents got divorced, and my dad was like obsessed with this dog. So my dad had custody of my mom's like, you take her.
Fair.
And so
The easiest thing to,
yeah, and like she kind of like lost all her teeth as you know the dogs get older.
when they
do.
turn 20.
She like
What dog lives to 22?
she like I don't know, maybe she was just 20, but she like loved
Still.
her cage. She had this little like travel like a hard shell travel cage.
Yeah.
Like to travel, and she loved it. So she would just like sleep in there. She would go in there voluntarily, and then I'm like, this is so bad. But in my family, we had this joke that we're like, because my dad like loved her so much, and he would feed her human food, and we're like, he's probably like putting like food in the cage, and she's actually already dead. It's so terrible.
What kind of human food? Apparently,
Just like anything.
a
You
lot
just
of
give her a
like
little bit.
antioxidants.
Yeah, I mean,
superfoods.
I know what kind of food was she eating? Because like she was, you know,
Oh,
because by the end,
cancel your. What is it again?
reservation.
Yeah, I'll
do
figure
it.
that out later.
I've got it in my email.
Yeah.
But it's just you know, by the end she was so old, so she was just like never coming out of her.
Oh,
And
baby.
I know, and I feel bad for my dad because he loved her so much. But my dad's looking at getting a cat now, so I'm like,
Oh, that's perfect.
it's all good. It's all good.
That could be more
She
on
lived
brand.
longer than she needed to, though. You know what I mean? I feel like she was probably like
Dogs.
barking for the. She's like, can you please just
I never liked
be
small
out of my
dogs either,
miserable?
though.
Yeah, she was cute. She was cute, but
Look at
Now
that.
I'm a cat
What is
girl.
that cat doing? Your cat's mouth
she's-
is open.
she wants dinner. It's 3:30. She's got a long
like, I'm
time.
hungry. Can I say something?
Tell me.
Don't take it the wrong way. She's a little chunkier than the last time I saw her.
Last weekend? She gained a lot of weight.
No, I think it's just the hair is like sticking up a little bit.
She's so cute.
Oh my god, did Jordan hear that?
He's like, how dare she?
In the best way. Like,
Nah.
like if she fell and hurt herself, I think her bones would be protected.
She got a little.
She's not big. I have
perfect.
my mom has a big
Oh,
cat.
yeah, Nova.
Your cats are like slender and in shape.
Yeah, they're in shape. Nova, our first cat, was okay. To be fair, we talked about this in the last episode. I got her when she was 8. She was already a full-grown woman. Was so fat.
Full grown woman.
She was so big, and like
She got lean with you guys?
no. She got lean at the end. She
kept
had
her
like
shape?
kidney disease and wasn't eating, and then she lost like 10 pounds in like a month. And we're like, that's probably not great. That's like 20% of her body weight. She was so fat. She was so cute though. But then I tried to put her on a diet when I first got her, and she would start screaming at like 2 a.m. She'd be like, I want breakfast. Oh,
Just like
screaming. So I would just give her like endless kibble, which probably wasn't good, but she was a thick
endless
lady.
kibble. But I mean, at least she was happy.
She was
at the end,
she was,
She could eat as much as she wants.
But then when I pick them up, I'm like, oh, they're so light.
No, they are light. I take it back. But when someone calls your animal fat, like it's like the most offensive thing. They're not. The funny thing is like they're not fat at all. Yeah, it's just the hair. It's like
she's trimmed.
It's perked up a little bit.
Tuft there.
It's a little bit of tuft.
Yeah. Who's next?
She's not fat. Okay.
Oh, I said Chihuahua.
So
sorry,
this is related. Reading or watching fantasy?
That's fair.
Not a fantasy gal.
Yeah. Never interests me.
Renaissance fantasy. Get me out.
Yeah.
Like Dungeons and Dragons.
No. Never played it.
But just like those two things separately.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons or Dragons.
Put them together.
I don't.
Hell yeah.
I put them together. It's like my worst nightmare.
I think that's I should have put that on my list. This is kind of related to the skydiving one. Hiking Angels Landing in Zion National Park. Do you know what Angels Landing is?
That's so specific.
Okay, so Jordan, I feel bad because I'm not a risk taker. And Jordan, we went to Zion and he wanted to do it, and I was like, nope. Basically, it's like this sheer cliff. It's huge. It's like 3,000 feet up, and it's the one where you're like on the top, and it's a really narrow trail, and there's just like a chain to hold on to.
You have to hold on to the chain.
Why would I need to listen? You can do other hikes in Zion and get just a good Eva view. I don't need to go higher. Like I can see everything. I don't need to go a little higher up just for the thrill.
I get that.
Like what if you fall? People die. I wouldn't do Half Dome.
And you can't even run it.
No, we definitely can't run it. And Half Dome is kind of the same for me. And Half Dome, she's doing her scratching.
She's mad at me.
She's like, fuck you,
Michelle.
Half Dome in Yosemite also is just like a really, really long hike, but like it's the same thing. You go up like a very smooth granite rock face and it's just a chain, but people are coming down the same time you're going up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do it either.
No.
Maybe.
And when you're coming down, I get like stressed, like when I'm hiking going downhill.
Yeah,
or trail running, because you're like, what if I slip and fall?
Yeah, again, the confidence thing. It's kind of like mountain biking. You have to, especially trail running, you have to be like very like, I'm going to take this step.
Like intentional. Yeah.
And if I don't trail run for a long time and I like start getting back into it,
it's
like
scary.
It takes me a couple times to like get my foot in.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. And going downhill, I'm not very coordinated. So
That's not true.
If I did Half Dome, I would die for sure. So.
Well, if we ever do Half Dome, we'll follow up if Carolyn lives.
One of my friends did, Tina. Shout out to Tina.
She died?
I think, no.
Oh,
no,
God.
she did Half Dome.
A lot of people are dying in this episode.
She got engaged, I think, on Half Dome. That's pretty cool. Shout out to Tina. I need to look at her. She got engaged at Yosemite, I think.
Wow.
But I think it was
You dropped the ring. It's like, no.
That's a risk you're taking.
Can't do that.
Though, so, yeah.
Do you have any more?
I have one more. Do you have
one
any
more? But
mine's more.
I kind of take mine away. So bowling, but I had a really good bowling game. I had one good game of bowling, so I take it back now. But I think that's kind of like golfing. It's like if you have one good round, you're just like, I love it. But like bowling, it doesn't show your athletic ability. And I hate that everyone can do it, and it just doesn't display.
It's competitive, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't display what I want it to.
I think that's fair. I enjoy it. I'm not good at it.
I'm sore now.
I'll do it.
I'm sore.
I know my legs hurt. Whew.
Are you good? Like, what's your best bowling game?
Oh, I played like twice. You played last year. I don't even remember.
Do you get over 100?
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
What do you bowl?
Bye. Let's go for a walk.
Bye. He's like, I gotta get out of here. Michelle called my cat fat. She's not allowed back. Cat is so not fat.
I know. She looked fat when she was sitting down.
It was just like, it was the tuft.
It was the tuft. He's got a little primordial pouch, the little like lower tummy.
What's it called?
Primordial pouch.
How do you know that term?
Every cat owner knows. It's basically like extra fat in their lower stomach to protect them from predators.
That's so cute.
And she doesn't have much of one. And he's like slender, and then he's got this little gut.
I love that.
So cute.
I think it's the cutest thing on it. Yeah, it's just
I grab it and I squeeze it, and he doesn't like it.
And then he bites you.
I bite
black cat things. Yeah.
I bite him. I love him.
Primordial pouch.
Primordial pouch.
Primordial pouch.
Yeah.
Cute. What's your last one?
My last one is extremely controversial. I might get canceled.
I'm so excited to hear it. Am I going to agree?
I don't know. This is a good get to know you question. Yeah. I will say things that do not interest me. My last one is Disneyland or Disney World. And
that's where we're friends.
Shut up.
I can't.
Guys,
I literally can't. And hear me out. Sorry. If you enjoy it with your family, that's great.
Fine.
I will not be there.
Okay, here's the thing.
I liked Disney growing up though. Like I was a Mickey Mouse girl.
I liked
when
Disney
I was
movies. I still watch Disney movies.
See, I don't do that.
Like,
what do you watch?
Like Mulan. Like throw
I love Mulan.
Yeah. Like Toy Story. Like that's Disney.
Okay.
Pixar. I just like If like a new
Disney Pixar.
if a new Toy Story were to come out, I would see it.
You would?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I'm just like, I don't mind it, but my brother lives in Orlando.
Oh.
I live here. Like, we got Disney's all over the place.
Disney's all over.
People are shocked. Okay, this is not okay. So my friend Natalie, shout out to Natalie.
So many disclaimers just in case.
So many disclaimers.
You're just like, so don't hate me for these reasons, XYZ.
Mickey Mouse sues me. So she asked me when we were living together if I wanted to run. She's never run a half marathon at this point. And this was like 2000.
The Orlando half?
The Walt Disney World the Disney Princess Half Marathon.
I got asked for a brand if I wanted to go and document
Really?
it. Anyways, I'll tell you about that later.
Tell me about that. So she was like, I want to do like my first half marathon. I want to do with you. And I'm like, shut up. That is so nice.
It's the nicest thing ever.
Right. And my brother like lives in Orlando. And I'm like,
Meant
great
to be.
trip. I can go see him. She's going to go with her family. So she was going as like a family trip, going around the half, and then going to go to Disney like for the next few days after, like days and days and days, as people do. And I was like,
Days and days and days.
literally days and days.
People
and days.
don't go for days and days.
They do.
I don't believe you.
And I was just like, I'm going to see my brother run this half, go back, whatever. So
GTFO.
and she like had a great time. We both I wore a little outfit. I was like Belle, so I wore like a tutu. You know what I
Do you
mean?
get like a ticket to go?
So that's where the beef comes from.
Oh, God,
It was the most expensive half marathon I've ever done.
What was it, like $200?
It was more. It was like $250 or $300, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me. It was really expensive, and I was like
What?
very poor at that point in my life, and I was like, this is expensive.
Sorry.
And I was like, I know, right? And I was like, holy shit! Like this better come with a ticket to the park. It didn't.
Didn't come with a ticket to the
No.
park?
And they actually start the race at 5 a.m. because they need you to get the hell out of there before they open the park to the public. And I was like, this seems, and the race, so technically I guess I have been, but you start at like Epcot and finish at Epcot and you just run down
What
a
is
road.
Epcot?
One of the parks.
Got it.
I don't know. It's like the cooler one. I think it's more like world stuff. And so you like start there and you run on a road and then you go through the Magic Kingdom, the castle, and then you turn around and come back. And you're like on this road the whole, like you're not even in the park really. I mean, I guess, but
Can
they
you
have like,
stop and do rides? Like, I think there's like
no,
because you're not even in the park.
no. I mean, I get, they don't have them going. They're like, you have to pay extra. But they had like characters, you know, people were like, and I was like, I'm not going to, she's got the zoomies. I was like, I'm not going to, I was trying to PR. I'm like, why would I stop my run to
No, this is
take
what
a picture of a person in a costume?
Yeah, if you train for it, like train for it and to go fast, why are you stopping? But then also, if you're not stopping, you're not fully getting the full experience. So it's like, what do you do?
I know. I was kind of like that. It was really, really humid because it was Florida.
Do you pause your watch?
I didn't stop. I was like, I'm running. But also, I just don't have it's a person in a costume. Why
Oh,
would I
like
need
you
to-
don't understand.
No, I'm like, yeah, like why would I stop to take a
What are they
selfie
called
with
again?
a person at characters?
A mascot?
Characters?
Mascot?
Like a mascot, yeah.
Wait, what is it
call them
called though? What
they're
is the
called-
outfit called?
A costume?
No, there's like a term for
Oh, is
the.
it? I think they're just called characters at Disney, but I know what you mean.
Like, what is that called though?
I don't know.
Like in like a school when they're like.
mascot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mascot.
I'm like very into the person under the costume.
Like, what's their life story? You
No,
like,
like,
stop, you run, and you're like, so tell me where you're from.
At Dolph's games on my story, sometimes I'll be like, what do you think his life is like?
Yeah,
Do you
I
think
always
he's
wonder.
I remember once it was like junior high and they're like, do you want to put on the mascot costume and like go to the boys basketball game? And I was like, fuck yeah. I don't know how it fit because I was so short, but I put it on and I walked in. The first thing I did was, hey guys, what's up? And I was yelling. And then like an authority figure came and pulled me out and was like, you're not allowed to talk when you're in this thing. And I'm like,
Damn.
why am I wearing it then? I can't not talk for an hour.
Right.
So
That's
I
rude.
took it off.
Yeah. I could, yeah, I don't know. And then in Disney, they have to like be in character. But anyway, it was just
It's a lot. They better get paid.
and so Natalie was like, I can't believe like you're not gonna like buy a ticket and like come to the park with us. And I'm like, I can't afford it. And I hate children. I'm sorry. Maybe if I had my own kids or like friends' kids, whatever. But
Yeah, when
like,
they're not
I
your
don't
own
want to be
kids.
like
I
standing
don't-
near a bunch of like
And it's-
excited children that are sticky and
I think it's
wormy
fun to
and
go
gross.
with kids because you see it through their eyes
true.
of excitement.
Yeah, if I
I would
were-
imagine.
if
Like
I-
if you're like
yeah.
with a kid that you know and you like.
Yes.
If you're with a kid that's annoying.
Yes. Yeah.
But like if you're with a kid that's like, oh, they're loving this, then I think it'd be cool. But like
I don't know what you do it like.
you buy food and eat.
That's what I
it
don't
just seems
get.
like adults go and eat there.
Like there's not really. I guess there's rides, but like Disneyland.
do you do the rides? I want to know.
don't
If you're a
know.
Disney person,
Please tell us.
Show me your day because I feel like people just go and they
just
eat all
standing
the
in line.
food, so you spend $200 on food,
And you've already spent like $400 on a ticket. I don't know if it's.
and then
400,
like,
but
dude, get drunk.
maybe. I think if
Are
you
you
go to
walking around
Epcot,
sober?
people go to the Epcot because it's like different.
Oh, you can drink
That'd be
around the
fun.
world.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I would do that. But
But
like,
then you feel so full
yeah, that'd be expensive
and
too.
tired
and poor.
and poor. How are you gonna pay your taxes?
How are you gonna pay your taxes? So anyway, I'm so sorry. I just
That's
Yeah,
so
there's
funny that you put
Disneyland
that.
here. My friends go.
I didn't put it because I thought it was too controversial.
I know.
But
it's nothing personal.
Also,
against
Kim's
people
gonna
who,
love you because she's the same way.
Thank
I asked her what I should put on the list, and the first thing she said was
Disney?
Disneyland.
Shut up. It's so funny because we live so close to it, and I have friends that go, and they'll be like, "You
No
should come with
urge.
me," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry. Like $250 could be a new cycling kit." Like there is so much other stuff, like a very nice dinner, a couple meals. There's just things I'd rather spend my money on. And I don't want to stay, I hate waiting in lines.
Yeah.
I hate it. I went to the one Universal with my cousin because he had like a free ticket and he's the one from Northern California. And I was like, oh, it'd be cool to hang out. And it was Halloween. And we just like went and stood in lines for like 3 hours. We stood in like one line for one ride. And I was like, and then we left. And I was like,
See,
cool.
I like rides. Like,
fun.
I love a scary ride.
Or a roller coaster, but
they're
not.
too safe at Disneyland.
Yeah,
Like, I
too
know
safe.
there's no risk of dying.
I want it.
I want there to be a risk there.
Yeah.
There's no risk. It's too
There's no
safe.
risk. Also, my camera has one battery life left. So
It was the perfect timing.
yeah, I'm so sorry, guys.
What else do we need to touch on?
Oh, all right.
And just
I'm
like
scared
that.
if it dies. And
You know
then-
what?
We love you
We
guys.
had a really good time. This is our outro, just in case.
Yeah, follow us, rate the podcast, follow us
That'd be
on
great.
Instagram. If you have any things you want to hear about, any questions,
Going
DM
off
us,
course at.
email us.
Why do I always default to email when I say
Yeah, you can DM us or email us. It's fine.
going off course at gmail.com
Yeah.
or DM us on Instagram?
Love you guys.
Love you.
Sorry for the abrupt ending.
See you next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday. Bye.
Hurry, go!